blow dry your hair with a hot airbrush. I use this all the time when I blow dry my hair. I don't normally use a blow dryer and a brush. I find this a lot easier. I'm able to get my hair really smooth, have a little bit of curl on the ends and some body. I usually like to do this the morning after I wash my hair. So I usually wash my hair the night before, and then I will sleep on it, and then I will blow dry it in the morning. So it kind of looks like this. It's kind of an awful mess, but this is what I start with. So I'll show you how I blow dry it. I usually start in two sections. I'll start with the bottom section and then work my way up. I'm using two products today. First one is Boy Oil by Davines. I like to use this pretty much mid-shaft and ends.
Do you want to dance?
Perfect. And the second bottle of product is Davines Boy Oil. Actually, it's Boy Milk, sorry, not Boy Oil, but it's part of the same Boy line. I like to use this before I use heat. It's great to protect from the heat, and it just keeps my hair nice and soft and smooth as I blow dry. So I end up using it before I blow dry this section with the hot air brush. So here we go. So here's my two sections, my bottom section and the top section. I split it down the middle. And this is how I blow dry. Just about 2 spritz of this. So the blow dryer has 2 speeds, a low and a high setting. I usually use it as high. Because my hair is already pretty dry, it goes pretty quickly. The technique is to mostly go over the section and under the section, and what your other hand is doing is sort of forcing the hair over it, forcing the hair over the barrel as you're pulling it in the opposite direction. So if I'm going under, then I'm pulling the hair over and I'm pulling out, and if I'm going over, I'm pulling the hair over and I'm pulling out. And then I'll show you how to curl the ends. You kind of like keep the hair wound up in the blow dryer, and you kind of spin it out. That comes with practice, but it's pretty easy once you get used to it. So I'll start with my one section. So you can see I have the hair wrapped around the hot air brush. It's kind of in there, so the ends are in there and it's all wrapped around, kind of like a curling iron. I try to keep the tension really loose on the hair, so I'm not really making it super tight. So if I make it super tight, it's going to be harder to take out. If I make it super loose, closer to my head, then it'll be easier to take out. So usually I keep this going for like a minute or two, not even, to warm up my hair and to kind of get it to curl, and then I usually just pull it out. So I'm just going to let it go for a second and then I'll pull it out. And the way you're pulling it out is you're going in, out, in towards your face, out towards your hair, in towards your face, out towards your hair. So it gives you a little bit of a curl. And do it one more time. There's my first section. I try to keep it like this the whole time as I'm blow drying the rest of my hair. The more you touch it, the more it falls out faster and the more it gets frizzier. So I can feel that it's pretty warm around my neck. I'll just leave it that way and let it cool down, and then I'll show you how to take it all apart at the end of the video, okay? Go on to this section now. So as you can tell, when I roll the hair around the hot air brush, I tend to make sure that it's more parallel to my head. And the reason why is that it's easier to curl it out. You're not going to curl it out this way, it's just easier that way. So again, I just kind of pull it out from my head. And sometimes you can just sneak it out and sort of like twist and pull ever so gently without really doing the curl. And if need be, you can just go in there and twist it with your fingers and move on to the back section. If it's easier, clip these sections back so they're not in your way. Create your part. I'm going to go with the middle part. And sometimes what I like to do is I kind of like to clip these sections out of the way as well as I'm working on one side over the other. So I'm just going to roll it back. This is my side section. Your top is going to be bigger than your bottom, so there's a lot more hair to conquer, but that's okay. What I like to do is the back section first and then the front section. Again, if you want to get it out of the way, just pin it around to the other side or something, or whatever's easier. Just get it out of the way, don't even worry about it. So same thing with this section. I'm going over the hair, under the hair. Eventually I'm going to catch the ends in the hot air brush. And I'm going to try and roll it up and curl it, okay? Back section. You can tell the smaller the section, the tighter the curl that I get. The bigger the section, the bigger the curl I get. So it really just depends. This is just a quick way of drying it because I find the less sections you have, the easier it is to blow dry through them. And it's less complicated, but if you want more detail and more curl, take smaller sections and move on to the other side. Where I split this top section is kind of just above my ear, so this is what gives me two sections. Again, just put this section over to the other side. I kind of pin it under or behind my ear. So there's all my sections blow dried. Each section has a little bit of a curl to it. This is more of a flatter blow dry. If you wanted to have a little bit more volume, you could blow dry the sections forward. But I just wanted to show the easiest way to use a hot air brush. I have had this brush for probably about, I'd say 3-4 years. It is now dying because I just started using it for this tutorial and it doesn't seem to be working as much until I got to my last section. So the most important thing with these brushes is they don't last very long, unfortunately, but they're great brushes. I've been using them for years. You have to clean the hair out of the brush. Just think of it like a normal brush. You should go in stages. I tend to do the bottom section and kind of wait 10 minutes, eat my lunch or eat my breakfast or whatever time of the day it is. And then I will go back and blow dry the top section, and I do it kind of periodically because I feel like it overheats. It's really hot of a brush for my type of hair because it's so thick that it heats up pretty quickly. And usually I will unplug it and let it sit on the edge of a counter so that the bristles don't smash or become flat. And then when it's completely cooled down, I hang it in my cabinet in my bathroom. So this is a great tool, but at the same time, you just have to be very cautious about it. You have to take care of them because professional tools, they last if you take care of them. So this is 3-4 years and now it's finally dying. And yeah, it's just something that I've always loved since I was a kid, and I've known how to blow dry my hair with something so easy, so I prefer to do it this way than with a blow drying brush. So now what you'll do is I add a little bit more oil into my hands, and I kind of run my fingers through it, and I just run my hands through my curls. So from my other tutorials, the longer you leave this in, the curlier it stays. The quicker you run your fingers through it, the more likely it is going to flatten. You can tell it's full, it's got curl to it, and it's blow dried completely straight. Hope you like it. Hope you didn't mind that my hot air brush went on the fritz, but gave you just kind of a gist of how to do the hot air brush hair tutorial. So hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.